Hey guys, it's TTL here, Tiny Tom Logan, whatever you'd like to call me. Just thought I'd make a video, although this is going to be quite a difficult one for me to cover on YouTube. And as you probably realised by the title, I've been sent an Intel i7 980X in for review. Now, when the details of the 6-core were first released, a lot of people speculated that it was going to be named the i9, which kind of would have made sense for the progression of the names that we had thus far. Obviously now we've got the i3, the i5, the i7 where it started, so the i9 was kind of assumed quite early on. But Intel have decided to keep it under the i7 banner. The CPU is obviously 1366 socket for the i7, but it's actually the first of the 32 nanometer CPUs. The original i7s, and I'm pretty sure the i5s as well, 45 Newton meter, which was the package size that was actually carried on from the 775 brand. So yeah, this is the first of 32 Newton meter. I'm pretty sure, I'm adamant that they had to wait until they got the manufacturing processes down that small to be able to A, get 6 individual cores on the CPU, but most importantly because of heat issues. I can't see them ever been able to have done, for argument's sake, a 775 6-core, because the amount of heat that it would have produced, you would have ended up needing crazy cooling just to have been able to have got them to operate at a stock setting. So yeah, now with the 980X and the review side of it, I could sit here and show you cine benches and stuff like that and just keep putting loads and loads of videos up, but I don't think it'd be very informative and you'd probably end up skipping through it anyway. So all I'll do is I'll put some pages up through as we work our way through, excuse me, and you can just pause and you'll be able to see the graphs and like the screenshots and stuff. Now the 980X has originally, or in stock form, got a 133 base clock with a 25 multiplier, giving a stock speed of 3.3 gigahertz. Now, do you know what I mean? 3.3 on 6 cores is pretty amazing, really, when you think about it. But obviously, being overclocked 3D, and us enthusiasts do like to have a little play, I started to overclock it. Now, by reducing the multiplier down to 16, I managed to get a max base clock of 220. Now what you need to understand is you only need one of the cores to be not stable at 221 but stable at 220, and it doesn't matter if all of the other 5 will go to 250 base clock, for example. That one core will make it unstable and things like, well, it'll either freeze, shut down, or things like Prime won't run properly. But yeah, we've got 220 base clock. For a maximum overclock, I managed to get 180 with a 25 multiplier, making a 4.5 gigahertz total clock. But the speed that I settled on in the end, which was 100% stable in all benches, even left Prime 95 going overnight, game's fine. It's a screenshot I've got up at the moment, which I will paste in for you, and that's a 220 base clock with a 21 multiplier, a 20 multiplier, sorry, I had to look then, which give me 4.2 gigahertz. So a 4.2 gigahertz 6-core CPU, and it's got 12 meg of level 3 cache. Now the cache does sound like a lot, but it's only a bump up in directly linked with the amount of cores. So yeah, there we go, 4.2 gigahertz on all 6 cores. Now, I would have been happy with 4.2 on a 920 DO with just 4 cores. So to be able to have those extra couple of cores running and still with a really good clock is amazing, really. And something else that I'd like to talk about is the standard Intel cooler, because it's the first of a new range of the coolers. We've seen some of the extreme coolers come out recently with the QX series and stuff like that, like the bigger flower coolers. But this one actually looks more like probably a cross between a Sky and maybe an Arctic 7, and it's got direct contact heat pipes at the bottom of the heat sink and a big fan. I will show you pictures, which I'll also paste in. It was at the beginning as well. And what I'm going to do is, in a sec, I'm going to, just so you can see the difference, I'm going to insert a section of video from the old Asus review I did with my i7 965, and then I'm going to show you another bit of video with the 980X at 4.2 gigahertz playing shift. Because the frame rate difference, just because of the CPU with exactly the same graphics card running at stock, it's amazing. Now, Vantage isn't, it will give you better scores for a better CPU, but the Vantage is more about the graphics, and just changing the CPU, we were getting an extra 1200 points on 3D Mark Vantage. With an i7 965 we were getting about 18 and a half, and this one was 19, nearly 20,000 just for changing the CPU. And that would only get better the more CPUs you add, and the more graphics cards you add, and the better the games. We even got Crysis to run an average of 60 frames a second with one 5870 and the 980X. So where the ATI card was struggling before with the physics that Crysis wants, the CPU was easily grabbing hold of all those physics and just basically chewing through it and making it a much more stable game. And the average was 60, we were getting lows of I think 32 was the lowest we got on Crysis Warhead, and then the maximum was up in the 80s somewhere. So it made one of those, you know, Crysis Warhead's a very demanding game, and it just made it so playable. Now, I'm going to stop yabbering on now because the time's getting on, and I'm going to show you some footage of Shift playing. Keep watching the top right hand side of the screen for the frames per second. This is with the 980 at 4.2 gigahertz. All the settings on the game maxed, and an Asus 5870 at stock. So you can see that the CPU has made a huge amount of difference to the gameplay, but sadly not helped me drive any better. So there we go. All in all, the Intel 1366 980X, the first 6-core and 32 Nm CPU to be released. I mean, at the end of the day, what more can you say about it? Yeah, it's going to be expensive. We're expecting prices to be over £800, maybe nearer £900, but that's what we've paid before for the QX9 770, for argument's sake. So yeah, probably, well, it is this most powerful processor on the planet available to the public at the moment. Absolutely amazing, and do you know what I mean? I can't say enough about it. The only other thing is if you want to read the full review and go and see all the in-depth testing that we did, I'm going to post a link at the side to my review on overclocked3d.net as we always do, so please stop by and take a look at all the in-depth results. I'm going to post you some pictures at the end, hopefully if I've not used up all of my time already. But yeah, I'm going to post you some more photos and stuff up. But yeah, as usual, as I normally finished, for now at least, this is Tom the Tiny One signing off.